Alright, I was sent this paint booth here. This is an inflatable paint booth, kind of like the one that I've got set up in my shop already. But this one is a whole lot smaller, and if I'm not mistaken there, it only requires one blower. And we'll get on into that here in a few minutes. But what it is, it's basically a 16-foot long, 8 foot, I think 8 foot tall, 9 foot wide. And so anyways, what it was, I asked my buddy that makes these paint booths or whatever, and you know, I told him I'd like to have a smaller one to set up outside the shop, down on the outside of the door there on the apron. So whenever I take my big paint booth here down in a couple of weeks to start putting the wings on the Cub, then I will have more room in there, and I could just blow this small one up outside and go out, spray parts, whatever I need, you know, and take the booth there down that evening. So anyways, we're gonna do an unboxing here and get this thing here out, see what she does, see how she looks and all that good stuff. So anyway, bear with me. All right, we're gonna cut into this here old box in here and see what we get there. Cut into her and see here what we got going on. All right, looks like got a little accessory bag, kind of like the other ones there. It's got some rope, comes with rope and some extra fabric. Got heavy duty stakes here, not none of them little old cheap steel stuff there. This is some heavy duty galvanized stakes. They send you some, you know, extra fabric, so evidently this one here has got some white in it. So we've got white, green, and some needles and heavy duty sewing thread that they use. And the thread that they use is a heavy duty, unlike a lot of the other paint booths that you find out there on the market. It's not sewn very well, and the stitches bust and everything else. But this is like sandbags that you can fill with sand and pull tight and set on the corners of the paint booth, kind of like I've got on the big paint booth, if you've seen that video. And we'll get on down in there and see what else here we got. Alright, we got a little carrying bag here to keep it in. Pretty cool, kind of like a tent. And it's made out of the heavy duty material like tents are made out of. It's I mean, stronger, to be honest. It's just a whole lot stronger fabric. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, this is the bag, but the tent's made out of the exact same stuff. And I mean, it's real strong. Got her all untied here. I'm going to unroll her and see here what we get. And the crazy thing is you'll never get them back like they were when I came out of the box, like anything. It's like a tent. It's always hard to get it back the way you took them out. So, now I believe this is kind of a new, same manufacturer, but a newer, I guess a newer, improved tent, paint booth compared to the one that I've got. Just tie it on like you would tie your shoes or whatever, and give her a little loop right there. Right here, whenever you first blow it up, they've got these unzipped. This is for letting the air out. You can kind of see here how they're made. They just got holes cut out so the air passes through each section. But you'll have to make sure these are zipped up, and then she'll blow right on up. Just like this. zippers here, like I was saying earlier, you can see how these zippers they're all double stitched, kind of like a French seam. And these have got the heavy duty zippers on them, so it's just like the big tent that I've got down there in the shop. I mean, I've had mine to where, like in this corner right here, it can be kind of hard to pull, and you think it's fixing to rip it. No, you just pull it right on through. And I've read reviews and saw people where they say that, you know, they've ripped the zippers off and they've had to call a seamstress or whatever to come in and replace the zippers for them. But yeah, you ain't gonna have these kind of problems out of these paint booths here, man, because everything is just double stitched. And I mean, these are top quality, so you get what you pay for. And on the bottom of these here, on these columns here, they've got like a hard rubber. It's got the hard rubber plastic here on the bottom, so you know, for like sitting on the rocks or just whatever. You've got filters here on both sides, and these look like a 40 by 50, I think, or 42 by 52 or something. But anyways, so when you start painting, you just pull this outside cover here off. You just pull this cover here all the way down and just kind of let it, you know, go down so far and just stay. So what that's going to do is that lets the air flow through these filters, and so it pressurizes the main paint booth inside, and then it blows the air out these side filters here. We've got handles here and little buckles up here for buckles there on the bottom for tying off, you know, like in my shop I've got them tied off here going up to the beams up in the ceiling, and so that way there it kind of helps hold it up in case the power goes out or something like that, you know. So, and everything is all double stitched around. That's another zipper. You got one there on each side for unzipping it when you're letting the air out of it. Back here, you got this is the one for the main blower, and this is one for like a fresh air, which you're getting fresh air in there from this, and I'll show you in just a second. But this has got a little black carbon filter in it, and you can hook up a smaller blower and close off the one up inside here and let it pressurize through the other one here, whatever. So anyway, let's go in here. You can see this one right up here, it's got a zipper in it, so you can let air flow through that way. And you know, the air is moving up here, so you're not really, so if you're painting down here kind of low, that's not going to affect it or bother you. And then you've got hooks inside of here. You know, they say for running a light or whatever, you know, for like hanging some lights up. And or you can do like I've done. If you've got a, you know, if you're going to leave it up permanently, then you can build you some kind of a structure inside out of 2x4s and put lights on them like I've got in the big paint booth. You do it that way. So it's just got the mesh, these mesh nets on the inside, and then you would change the filters from the outside of the paint booth. Let's say they got a black carbon filter in up here also, which is a good thing, because like on the big blowers I've got on the big paint booth down in the shop, I take like air filters off like you put in your house, and I cut them like a 12 by 12, and I just let them suck up to the side of the blowers, because at first I was having problems with like little bitty gnats getting inside the paint booth on the prep room or whatever that's on the back side of the one in the big paint booth. And so gnats were like getting in somehow through that and coming in past the filters and stuff. So, but that's a good idea, putting the carbon filters on them like that to keep any kind of debris or little gnats or bugs or anything from getting in on you. So, yeah. That's awesome, Eric. You did good, buddy. I really appreciate it. sides up. Let the air deflate that. There we go. That about wraps it up. I think it's a fantastic design, and the improvements are good on it compared to the other one there that I've got. I like the idea of having the carbon filters there on the inside. That's going to make it a lot better to keep any kind of little dust and little particles from getting into the booth. It's all good.